What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got more on Stephen A. Smith. Now, he spoke about ESPN, the layoffs, and how many friends he lost in these layoffs after Disney lost $5 billion. And people think it's just ESPN, but Disney is laying these people off. And, you know, he spoke on several things because there's been a lot of takes like, why does Stephen A. still have a job? They brought in Pat McAfee for all this money. There's so many different sound bites coming out surrounding everything that has happened in the last few days at ESPN, but this has been months on end, and Stephen A. spoke about the ramifications of the pandemic and that, you know, it's still having an effect on budgets, basically. And he didn't rule out the fact that he could even be let go. And he talked about when he got fired from ESPN last time, he didn't know where his media career would take him at that point because it was put out there that he wasn't someone you would like to work with. So he said this is very different because some of these people are talented and they may be able to get a job somewhere else. You got NBC looking at acquiring the NBA, and I would love that for the original NBA music. But someone, Jeff Van Gundy, Jalen Rose, those type of people may end up over there, especially if they acquire the NBA back. But let's take a look at what Stephen A. had to say, and I'll be back with more commentary. Let's check it out.
More is coming. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I could be next. Let me tell y'all something. Don't ever in your life as a black person take anything for granted. I told you before, when white folks catch a cold, black folks catch pneumonia. Hey, this ain't 2009. I really didn't see it coming. My eyes are always wide open now. I'm never comfortable. I never take anything for granted, and I never assume that I'm safe. And first takes number one, and been number one for 11 and a half plus years. Veering away from ESPN before I get back to ESPN and Disney. Let me address something to some of the haters out there about me. Y'all can kiss my ass. Twice. And I'm talking about the people, I'm talking directly to the people in the industry who sat up there and said, why isn't Stephen A. gone? Ladies and gentlemen, we got a few people at ESPN getting paid more than me. They don't have the number one show. They don't have the top ratings. They don't generate more revenue. How come y'all didn't bring their names up? And by the way, none of them are black. How come you didn't bring their names up? I wonder why. I'm talking to those folks, the critics in the media, or the wannabe medias with the blogosphere and the websites that never went through the terrain of being official members of the fourth estate. I'm talking about them. How come y'all didn't bring them up? But me, who's been number one, who's got the top rated show, who, by the way, is an executive producer on that top rated show, my name comes up. I'll leave that for y'all to handle. But never worry. Never fear. My name might come up sometime in the near future for all I know. Others have been bought out. It's not beyond the realms of comprehension that I could be next. But if it happens, let me tell you what you shouldn't do. You shouldn't blame Disney. You shouldn't blame ESPN. This isn't some corporate lackey taking the whole corporate line. I'm paying attention and I'm reading the tea leaves and I'm telling you what it is. You can either listen or not. Facebook let go of over 10,000 people, if I remember correctly. Didn't Amazon let go of thousands of people? Y'all, am I correct in saying that, Ashley? Sumatra, Gaff, am I correct in saying that? Amazon laid off thousands. Facebook laid off thousands. Okay? Netflix had its purge a while back. What do you think was going to happen? See, all of these folks that are fainting, I'm not talking about the people who will let go. My heart and my compassion, I've been there. And for me, it was different, by the way. They were let go because of cuts. I was fired. And when I was fired, I was damn near blackballed because the message was sent, this is not somebody you want to work with. I didn't know if I'd ever have a career again. That's entirely different than being able to go to a prospective employee and saying, I was just a part of cuts and layoffs. You're not being besmirched when that happens. I was besmirched. I don't know by whom, but that was the overall message that was being received by the public. I'm telling you, today is different. It's a numbers game. It's about revenue and ratings. They see the climate. And then everybody wants to come along. Oh, Stephen A., please, stop it. Don't be a capitalist. Don't bring up corporate America again. Why? How you paying your bills? How you paying your bills? Take your time. Answer the question. I'll wait. How are you paying your bills? See, we want to talk, but we don't want to be practical. We don't want to make sense. We want to be emotional.
So when I hear Stephen A. speak, he said we like to talk and we like to be emotional about, man, he should leave there, or he should do this, he should do that. But we don't think about the fact that people have lives and they have real bills, and that little thrill that you would get in the moment, that little adrenaline pop you'd get right there when you just walk out, you curse all the people at the place out and walk out and damage your name and everything. That thrill, that little social media viral moment does not pay the bills, and it doesn't open up new opportunities for you most times. So Stephen A. is like, yeah, people say I should do this, I should do that, but how are you paying your bills? You taking more from your manager at McDonald's, you know what I'm saying, every day, and you still have to go there to pay bills. So why are you looking at someone on TV that's making millions of dollars and telling them how they should do it? Now, I ain't saying that to look down on nobody, but people lose perspective of their real lives when they're looking at people on TV. It's like the same thing with athletes, saying this one sucked, this person sucked. Or what's your favorite one? Like, somebody saying this musician is relevant, but the musician they're talking about don't know them, but they know that musician. You see what I'm saying? So people will lose track and sight of reality because they're looking at it from a lens like they are on or above the person that they're speaking about, which they only know the person they're speaking about, and it's not the same, reciprocated. The person don't even know they exist. And that's what Stephen A. Smith's saying. I worked hard. Stephen A. was in Archdale working for a paper in a little town in North Carolina. He clawed his way to the top. You got to give him that. And he was fired. He got to the top, knocked back down, and then, came back on with Skip Bayless. And again, that's why you always see me give Skip Bayless flowers, because he helped pave the way for these people. That's why Shannon's got the opportunities he's got laid out in front of him. And I'm pretty sure this is why Stephen A. has his own podcast now. You want to have a product, especially if you're a personality like Stephen A. Smith. He's a brand separate of ESPN at this point. And that's no knock to ESPN or what they've done and been instrumental in him building himself up. But at this point, if Stephen A. left ESPN, Stephen A. Smith can go somewhere else, or Stephen A. Smith can do what he's doing on YouTube and partner up with people. He's got this podcast now. That's his product. It's not like the Stephen A. Smith radio show that was a part of ESPN. This is his, and he'll be able to take this wherever he wants to go. It looks like, I don't know the deal with FanDuel, but you see FanDuel at the top left-hand corner, and I'm so happy for Stephen A. Smith to do this, because I've been saying it for years. You can go back and watch some of my older videos, and I say Stephen A. Smith is, he's been holding that network together. And in a way, I feel like if they let Stephen A. Smith go, it's business, but it would be kind of crazy to think about, considering the role he played in keeping the network elevated. Stephen A. said they've been number one for 11 straight years, and Stephen A. Smith has played so much of a role of that, it's almost like, unfair to see them moving in a different direction if they were to let him go. But that's the corporate world, and I'm just glad to see he has this out here now. Hopefully Stephen A. Smith does other collaborative projects with people outside of this, because I like him saying he's never comfortable. So, he's looking forward and he's looking ahead to what may come, and I like that. But shoot, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.